Hello everyone, nice to see you. Today in the GitHub repo we are at release v0.4 is the tag. End of episode 4, start of episode 5. This is episode 5 of project 2 of the joy of functional programming. And here we are at the Trello board, and we have some of these things here. And these are all true, but I found a migration guide for SDL 1.2, which is something I was familiar with, and but this is basically the guide of the how can you get stuff rendered up on the screen. And so that we're going to kind of follow along with this, but also we'll refer to the API by category, and I do still have source code files. And without further ado, let's get things rendering. So here we are. We have a main window, a main renderer, and let's take a look at the migration guide. So this was the old way of doing it, and this one is the create window way. We've got create window. That's our SDL window.create. So we're doing okay so far. And with the rendering context, which we're also already doing in our SDL render.create. So look at us go. And we're not doing the create window and render at the same time, but that's quite alright. And then, assuming these functions didn't fail, you are ready to start drawing to the screen. So let's try this out. Well, we need these three. So we need set render draw color, render clear, and render present. And those, I would imagine, are here in SDL render. SDL R is for render. Let's bring that bad boy in. And we'll go into our SDL render clear. Render clear. Let's get this guy out of here and over into, we don't need SDL event here anymore. We do need SDL render. Put these here for the time being. We need SDL render. Set render draw color. Let's find that guy. Set render draw color. Alright, grab you. And there's also SDL render present. SDL render present. Am I spelling it wrong? SDL render present. Is there just a present somewhere? Well, there it is. I must have been misspelling it. So not a big deal. Let's get all this stuff on one line. And of course, get those indented, get these DLL import guys in here. Get rid of our decal specs and our subtle calls. And these are obviously all replaced by renderer. And that's all groovy here. So uint, we decapitalize the U in our uint because our uints have a small u. So Got render clear, set render drawing color, and set render present. Now let's go over to our message pump. Oh, no, our message pump is in program files. So before we we do need to wrap those bad boys, don't we? Because these are all. Should make this private module private. So this one's going to be a clear. So I need a clear. Let clear renderer stl render native render clear renderer. What do you not like? Oh, it has an int. What does Hey everybody, what does render clear return? stl render clear. Render clear. Return 0 on success or negative. Error code on failure. 0 on success. Well, on bool. 0 equals that. Yay for us. We also need a set render draw color. Well, render present doesn't do anything. So let present, which takes a renderer, returns a unit. stl render native render. That one does that, and we're going to call set render draw color. I don't think we need the word render in there. We'll just say set draw color. Let set render set draw color. Now we're going to put, have to have that. But unlike some of these other things, I don't know. I want to. Well, no, that's a job for bind. What I really want is to be able to say clear and then clear, do this, then present. But I don't really want. I want it to return a render. I want things to return a render so I can chain these things. And currently, that's not what it looks like. I want it to be a little more monadic. So I definitely want renderer to be the last the very last parameter, but by the same token, I want these guys to be in a tuple. Render native. So really just for this I've GBA. Oh, right. Is this okay? I leave it for type inference. Because, yeah, it's getting used right there. And set render draw color. This is currently returning an int. What does it do? I don't want that one. I want set drawing color. Set render draw color. 0 on success. So again, 0 equals. Really quite goofy. So it'll return false for some reason. I don't know exactly how you would fail to set a draw color. I suppose if your renderer were in some goofy state. But alright. So now, over here, we can SDL render set draw color. We're gonna 255 0 255 255. We're gonna render set the draw color. Oh, and of course returns something, and we're going to ignore. And these aren't bytes until they have UIs on the end of them. So in the migration guide, it said, nope, not here. Migration guide says render, draw, clear, and present. And that is exactly what we will do. Render, clear, and ignore that too. Render, SDL render, present. So now when we do this, we should have a very nice magenta window if this all works correctly. If it doesn't work correctly, then we should have a nice error. We built. Let's find out. Are we going to be purple? Hey, we're purple. How nice is that? How cool is that? Alright. So we got to that part. Now we got these set render logical size. Okay. Since we're using the full screen, we don't actually know how much screen we've got. We don't have to know. One of the nice things, centering the window. So okay, there are these hints, and they're set logical style. They're set logical size. I like this functionality a lot, so I'm going to grab that. I want that function too, because I like to. I like having just a resolution that I can play with, and I also like a very kind of low resi as well. So I think this is a wonderful add to the functionality here. So we're gonna find it, pull this one in. So let's get Z. So that one's just a renderer. And we're just going to call you set logical size. And, well, we got it over here, so it's a set device independent resolution for rendering. This function doesn't tell me what it returns. Let's see, does this guy tell me? Render set logical size. Render set logical size, return 0. Okay. This is what I expect, but every once in a while in these things, like, nope, I return 1 on success and 0 means failure. So let's set logical size. It could be a width and a height. And a renderer, which is a renderer, I'm going to say 0 equal SDL render native SDL render set logic size renderer WH. Type inference should take care of these things to be ints, and it does. That returns an int. Oh, how about we say equal? Yes, sir. Alright, now it returns a bool. So, for those times when I make my renderer, STL render, set lot, we haven't built, so going to fail because of that, but let's set logical size. If for some reason I wanted it to be 160 by 120, 160, 120. Oh, ignore. So that's cool. So I can set it logically. I may have to make the ability to set a hint, but for now I'm going to be okay. I'll do that when I really need to. All right. So back to the migration guide. So we're going to create a texture. Okay. So your game just wants to get fully rendered frames to the screen. So I make a texture. So I'm going to need to create texture. I'm going to need these pixel formats and these things. So this has to do with textures. So I think we're going to need a new item. It's going to be code. And it's going to be called, of all things, STL texture. Alright, an STL, so we're going to have, gotta have these things. We probably will need no warn 9, because we always seem to do that. So module private STL texture native equals, and let's go find STL texture. Where you at? Come on, STL test. No, hey, well, which one are you in? Don't know. So wait, where's create textures in STL render? But logically, STL create texture. There it is. Okay. Bringing that over into here. And get my DLL import in there. Zip, zip, zip. Space. We get rid of all the other little decorators. An STL texture. STL texture. Okay. Don't know where STL texture is. Well, let's take a look at our header files. I mean, STL video seems like a static streaming, change frequently lateral. So these are my 3 guys for texture access. It's 0, 1, and 2. Might as well bring it over right now. Equal 0. equals 1 equals 2. It's an int, so it can stay right where it's at. So SDL video appears to be the most likely candidate. SDL texture. You're not in here. Where else might you be? SDL pixels? SDL surf. SDL surface sounds like it might be a winner. Really? Well, there's SDL surface. That's going to become important in a little bit. SDL blit. That's a function pointer. So the SDL surface stuff. Well, what other place might you be? SDL pixels. SDL standard 8. I really just don't know. Huh. Let's do a platform. Now I'm just grasping at straws. Nope, not here. What's the crystal texturing? Let's do the thing where we edit them all with Notepad++. And then we do find Control F, SDL texture, find in all open documents. So it is SDL render. I really suck at searching for things. I must have put a small d and an L. I think I'm doing that all the time. So, what this, in the case, this structure is a whole. So, close some of these things. We still need SDL, right? So where are you? Okay, SDL underscore texture. That's the case. Where you is? There, you're right there. All right. So, similar to how renderer is an int pointer, type texture is an int pointer. We're going to say let we're going to get rid of those things because we don't care about them. Dude fuss our way into having things vertically aligned. Because I do know, so that's going to be a uint. So, this is going to be a texture. Render. And this is going to be a problem. I'm going to leave this as int PTR because I think we're going to wind up needing to put texture above renderer. But so we're going to wind up, well, hey, you know what? Yeah, I circular references and no such beast allowed. So we need, well, we'll leave it as an int pointer for now. So we're going to create a texture in the format. Migration guide says, oh, nope, let's not play Minecraft right now. So SDL pixel format that. Now where might I find you? I'm going to Well, now that we've got you. Where are you? You're in pixel. You're the pixel packed whatever. Oh my goodness. Hee hee. Well, these are just fantastic. Yuck. So, oh, yoy. Huh. Ooh, it's Enum land. Pixel pack 32. Oh my goodness. Whew. Alright, so, this is always a fun thing. Because we want this. So we have this, which is defined someplace. The old defined pixel format. Oh, and of course it's a pound defined. Oh my. Alright. Well, first we're going to need that. But should this be in pixels? Yuck. I wish there was just a, hey, this is the value. It is. But no. No. Why would that be the way it is? Okay. We're gonna make one called SDL Pixel. Add new item. SDL Pixel. That one's got to go above texture, to say the least. But fortunately, this one is really just a matter of some enumerated values. Wow, this can get exhausting. All right, starting with 0. Okay, equal 0, equal 1, equal 2, equal 3, 4, 11, 8, 8, 9, 10, 11. So that's all that super heavy stuff. So what's this one? Packed order ARGB. Grab you. That's really what this is. This whole thing is going to be this. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, what else do we need? SDL packed layout. And these. SDL packed layout. I know this is the most fascinating coding to watch ever. I know. Oh, equal 0, equal 1, equal 2, 3, All these super groovy constants. These may need to even be private. No, that's not what I want. I want you back down to here. Back out that. Now I do need this one. Where are you? You are that. Okay. Porting over a pound define. And now I'm curious. F sharp, shift, left, operator. Where's operators? Well, it's 3 of them, not 2 of them. Alright, now I know. It's kind of like the OR. Right, so I'm going to do a let. We call it tip with a Y. Well, we can leave this as a we'll make sure everything has 3 of whatever it is, because that's how we roll. Yep. So, yay. And then finally, okay, after porting all this junk over, I just wanted SDL pixel format, that one. That's all I wanted. Just that one. We'll bring the other ones over when we need them. This one, right now, that's all I want. We'll go with a let. And actually that should... if that worked correctly, then we should be good. And I, just to be honest, don't feel a whole lot like doing the dude fussing with all these. So, SDL pixel dot SDL pixel format, blah. Should come up with better. We should really come up with better names for these things, but not right now. So back to the guide. Make one of these. Alright, this is what I want to do. Alright. Okay. Hold on, I gotta, did I cover up create text? I did not. Let create, so how do I want to do it? So it's a format, it's an axis, it's a width format, width, height, renderer. I think that's how I want to do it. SDL, texture native, create texture with a renderer, format, access, with height. That should return me a texture, but I'm pretty sure that right about instantly I need a destroy texture. Destroy texture. And takes no, okay. Let's get that guy over. Because I do want to be sure. Nope, don't want to get out of here. grab that out. So SDL destroy texture. We're going to let destroy texture equal dot destroy the texture. Return the unit, of course, and we can create the texture, we can destroy the texture. We're just not updating it yet. Well, alright. Let's at least make sure we've got a texture. So let main texture equal SDL texture create. What do I have here? Take the say SDL pixel. Wow, pixel packed order. Want that one. And did I? So I want texture access streaming. Access streaming, and I want to be 120. I want render. Main render. Create, which takes a unit 32. So the SDL pixel format. Do that. Does that make it all happy? Be happy now? Be happier. Or happier. And we're also going to want to main texture SDL texture dot destroy. I suppose we also need main texture in there, because that's our right. And texture again. There's our main texture. And now what do we do with it? Okay, so we create the texture. We have a thing that we use to update. So we render copy. We update. We're not going to do the update just yet. Not going to worry too much about the update. So render clear, render copy, and then render present. So we're going to render copy. And then so really update texture is the way that we really change things. So I need, let's go back to it. I need render copy. Render copy. Find here and all the things. Alright. I don't have any SDL rects yet. Haven't gotten to my rectangles. We'll make them int pointers and we'll pass them nulls for now. But we will have to have a to-do. Let's see. visual spec, the STL call. This one's going to be, I can actually have a renderer here. STL texture dot texture. We're just going to call you an int pointer for now. Another int pointer for a destination rectangle. So everybody's all cool. We're going to let copy and renderer will be last. We're going to need, at least for now, we need these guys. Rect, dest, rect. I think we can rely on our type inference here. Render native, render native dot stl render copy. Got renderer texture source rect dist rect. Let's look it up again. Render copy. Render copy returns a 0. So render copy. So then, right here, don't know what's in that texture. I'm going to clear a renderer, stl render, render copy. And I need texture 0. So those are both null. Okay, what's your problem? Well, it has type bool. Ignore. So I set the draw color to magenta. I clear it, and then I copy the texture, which has don't know what on it. And let's go for it. It obviously has black pixels. Obviously, black pixels. I currently don't have a nifty way of updating it just yet, and we will take care of that next. So let's take a look over here at Trello. I can create a texture. I can't load a bitmap. I can free a texture. I can do that. Sort of. Can I render a filled rectangle? Not yet. I can clear the screen. So this is where we are and where we're at. And it's gonna, rectangle functions are, so this is getting up there. This is getting to be a point of, I mostly know. Rectangle functions take a little higher priority. I mostly know how I want to do that too. So, and at this point, we're not doing much, but we are, because obviously if I comment this out, I go back to purple. Okay, that goes to purple. And I render that, then, and I'm still rendering the purple, I must be rendering the texture. The texture must be all black. Yes, sir. And therefore, getting the job done. Alright. That's enough for me for tonight. Oh, I did, I record these things in advance, so there's actually a couple days lag time, so you're a couple days in the future. Hello, future people. But, and oddly enough, I could have done this earlier. The one game a month theme of the month. Theme word of the month is home, because our Canadian friend bought a house. Congratulations on your house. I tweeted congratulations, which he thought was funny. So yes, now he's indentured to a mortgage company until such time. How do we get a theme word of home? So, starting to try to think of what game I want to create, because I'm getting close to something where I can start to render things. But thinking about that, and hopefully next time we'll have enough of something where we can actually start to work out what the game's going to be about. But in the meantime, thanks for coming on this journey with me, and keep alive in your heart the joy of functional game dev. We'll see you next time.